A man made a horrifying discovery outside a hotel when he spotted his wife getting cozy with another man. Furious, he stormed into the hotel and confronted his wife, demanding to know why she would betray him like this. But what happened next left him completely stunned. His wife looked genuinely surprised to see him.
Excuse me, do I know you?
As if she had no idea who he was. The situation took an even more bizarre turn when the woman called over her husband, claiming that this other man was her real spouse. When the confused man saw the name tag on his supposed rival's chest, he was absolutely floored. He knew he was Nick, but somehow this stranger had the exact same name.
Who the hell are you? Who the hell are you?
The hotel manager, convinced that Nick was causing trouble, had security escort him out. Nick tried to explain what had happened. He told them that he had been handling luggage outside the hotel while his wife checked in alone. When he went to inspect their bags, he realized they were missing an important briefcase. Remembering that he might have left it at the airport during their cab ride, he decided to go back and retrieve it on his own. But during the drive, disaster struck. The driver swerved to avoid a falling refrigerator and crashed straight into a river. Nick was knocked unconscious from the violent impact, and it was only thanks to the quick thinking of a female driver who smashed the window that he was pulled to safety. When Nick finally came to, he found himself in a hospital bed. The doctor informed him that he had been in a coma for 4 days following the accident. Nick was a biology PhD who had been traveling to Germany with his wife for an academic conference. However, when the medical staff tried to help him contact his wife, Nick couldn't remember her phone number. In fact, he had lost most of his memories from before the crash, retaining only fragments and blurry images. Despite his memory loss, Nick insisted that the man at the hotel was an imposter.
This imposter, did they also steal your wife?
That's when they looked up Dr. Nick's information online, and seeing the photo of the man from the hotel, Nick found himself speechless. The manager became even more certain that Nick was just a troublemaker. Faced with the police, Nick had no choice but to back down. He handed over his doctor's business card, explaining that he had just been in an accident and might be experiencing memory problems. Touched by Nick's sincere apology, the hotel decided not to press charges. But Nick wasn't ready to give up. He thought of a fellow PhD back home and tried calling for help, but the phone just rang and rang. All he could do was leave a voicemail asking for assistance. As he hung up, he noticed a car in the distance that seemed to have been following him for quite some time. To test his suspicions, he walked into a narrow underground passage, and sure enough, he soon heard urgent footsteps behind him. Now certain he was being tracked, Nick rushed toward the subway platform and managed to slip through the closing doors just in time, leaving his pursuer behind. The empty train car filled him with dread. He pulled out a notebook and wrote down every memory he could recall, knowing that uncovering the truth would require piecing together his lost past. Using the fragmented images in his mind, he tracked down Lisa, the taxi driver from that fateful day. He wanted to confirm where he had gotten into her cab, but she was reluctant to get involved, fearing it would cost her job. Nick had no choice but to leave empty-handed. Next, he went to the research facility, hoping to find the doctor who had invited him to the conference. Even though they had never met in person, he hoped the doctor could vouch for his identity. But when he walked into the room, he was shocked to find the other Nick standing right there beside the doctor. To prove he was the real Nick, he recounted details of their discussions, even sharing secrets that only the two of them should have known. For a moment, the doctor seemed convinced, but then the other man spoke up, revealing the exact same confidential information.
But she insisted, and that's how I first saw Leonardo's Vitruvian Man!
Now the doctor was completely baffled, unable to figure out what was really going on.